We're here. Make sure the YouTube stream's up. Come on. There we go. Okay. Hope you're doing well, Fembox. The chat up there is still working. That's good. I didn't even think about that. It should. Yeah, there's no reason why it wouldn't. Phobos, hello. I hope you're doing well. Okay, it seems like the oh, okay. Done with work finally? Awesome. Okay, I have found one thing that broke. Well, two things that broke because of the name change. How would I fix that? I have to go and get new URLs for these OBS docs. Let me do that quick. It's not really that important. Mr. Factorial, thank you, Fembucks. Call me by my oh my god, that's not good. By my new name. So yeah, I did change my stream name. There's a couple reasons why. Mostly it was not liking Don Does Math anymore, and I haven't liked it for a while. Where the heck are these URLs going to be? Okay, that's one of the URLs right there. Pop that out. Copy the link. Sorry, it's gonna take me 1 second. Okay, that's fixed. I need the rewards queue. Where the hell is the rewards queue? Oh, well, thank you, Phobos. Yeah, it's like you know, there's like there's like someone named I didn't know it when I chose this name, but there's someone named Cat Does Maths who's been doing, and she's been streaming math a hell of a lot longer than I have. But there's other reasons too, so like I don't just do math streams. Here it is. Okay. Let me get this to pop out. And sorry, like when you change your name, that breaks a bunch of things. And so I'm trying to fix the things that are happening right now, at least. Okay, there, I got that fixed. There are probably other things I need to fix too, but for now I'm just going to leave it there until I see something else. Okay, so the thing that we're actually going to start with is oh, awesome, thank you. Yeah, I guess I've made a bunch of work for everyone else who like does math streams, but I appreciate you updating that so quick. Love a good rebranding, hell yeah. I'm gonna start changing my names often and as Twitch allows me. Your life is 95% rebrand. I mean, that's basically that just means that you're growing as a person then. That's how I would think of that. Yeah, so the problem screen here was posted in my Discord. The person is only asking about the fourth part. I worked on it a little bit last night just to figure out what the hell shape they're talking about. And let's just kind of draw what's happening. Phobos is here, so we have to, you know, do some art. So there's our coordinate axes. We have a cylinder of radius r oriented along the z-axis. Draw you a cat? You know what? Sure. Cat drawings are more important right now. Let's see if I can remember how I draw cats. Oh, hey, you're actually redeeming it too. I was about to do it for free, but I'll take it. You know, let me get a white background. There we go. Get many thousands of points. Oh, fair enough. Okay, maybe we'll start with the head. We should make it bigger. We should make a big cat. Okay, and then what colors do I have? A red. Okay, orange nose is maybe closer. No, I guess I don't have a good color. I can do a custom color. Okay, yeah, you can't see this color palette. Is that a good cat color nose? Cat nose color? I don't remember what color. This feels like a pig nose. Red transparent fill. Oh, true. I forget where one of these buttons is fill. I can't remember which one. Okay, I need to see what a cat looks like. I can't remember what color their noses are. I don't know why I'm worrying so much about this. Oh, actually, okay, that pink isn't bad. Also, we should just make this a cat stream. Like we just scroll through cat pictures. Peak cat right there. Yeah, true. Okay. We should. Do I have a gray? I do. Get the little cheek whiskers going also. It's kind of weird they have like the extra set of whiskers. Hey, Chief Tattooed Officer. Yep. This is a cat stream now. I'm no longer a math streamer. I'm just a cat streamer. A spherical cat in a vacuum? About to do some physics. Dude, I can't get these eyes right. They need to be closer. It's a bit better. I'm worrying way too much about the details of this cat, I feel like. And I think I'm prejudiced, because if I was drawing a dog, I would not put this much effort into it. Oh no. Although I do like dogs too. Hey, Path developers, Dormon? Is that a Lord of the Rings thing? It sounds like a Lord of the Rings thing. This is supposed to be a cat. The whole rest of the internet site is now about cats, and I'm here for it. It's in the spirit of dogs to rush a drawing of a donkey. Yeah. You're not wrong. Okay. Let's get the body going. Nope. Then we need little like jackrabbit hind legs. That's too small. The proportions of this are kind of bothering me. Okay, there's that. And I think it's funny when cats sit in the very like prim and proper way with their like tails wrapped around their paws. So we'll go for one of those. GPT spherical cat in a vacuum. Okay. Oh, that is stinking adorable. Let me tell you. This is a adorbs balls. Oh my god. That's the use of AI I can get behind. Although I wish it had 4 legs and not 2 legs, but It's one. I don't know about wonderful. my my picture, but this cat needs some details. I don't know what we now if I try to start doing shading, this is gonna look terrible. Hmm. We can put a bit more detail on the ears because they usually have those little like the ear hairs like that, right? It's a nondescript cat, yeah, just standard issue cat. I was thinking about like trying to make it like a tuxedo cat and doing a little like Iron Man insignia that tuxedo cats have. But I think I'm gonna mess that up. Hey CDNM, low fidelity feel. If I try to like color something in, I think it's gonna look like crap. So we shouldn't forget about the toes. Okay, I guess that's my drawing. Ta-da! Am I forgetting a detail? I don't know. Blurs to Burmese. You know what? I forgot. I usually put a screenshot of the redemption. Love it. I'm glad. So that's about the limits of my artistic ability right there. Oh, deselect that. Oh, what? No, bad. What? Hey, stop! I'm not clicking. Okay. Okay, there. I'm just taking a quick screenshot for the Discord. Here we go. Okay. Taking those points. Oh, how did line get up there? Okay. To the map. Why are you asking CVNM? Okay, so just trying to figure out what type of solid this is describing. This is honestly CVNM. When people ask me that, I feel like they're usually trying to ego me, so I prefer not to say it. I don't really care, and I've said it before in the past, but I don't really like answering that question anymore. So yeah, this is cylinder rotated along the z-axis. And then we need to take a subsection, or subsection probably isn't the right word. But we need to take the part of the cylinder that satisfies these inequalities here. And I drew the cylinder with a finite length, but it goes all the way like down and all the way up until we apply this condition. So the first part means that all the stuff below the z-axis is cut off. The second part means we need to think about the equation z less than or equal to y, and I think that's easiest done if we think about just the y and z axis. Y equals z is just a line like that, and then if we do the inequality, we would shade this region down here. So coming back to the drawing of the cylinder, we're basically intersecting a cylinder with like a plane into taking the part. Well, yeah. It's kind of hard to draw, but if this is the line y equals z, you would extend it around for every x. So the part that's relevant to the cylinder, I guess, is like that bit right there where they intersect there and there. And what we're going to end up with is First off, it's going to be like a semicircle on the bottom. Like this entire half of the cylinder is cut off. So that this semicircle is the bottom of it. And then this is the part that's hard to draw. It's almost like a taco, though. I should draw it from a different perspective, if I can even do that. I don't think I can do that. Okay, wait. This is the semicircle base. And then the top of it is like that. And then there's like a... This is supposed to be a straight, like, wall. So I don't know. In a way, you can think of like a circular ramp, I guess. But I think taco is my favored name for this shape. So anyway, I haven't even looked at what any of these questions are. Consider the cross-section. So they're asking about number 4. I assume number 4 is going to rely on the previous 3, though. So let's read through them all. Oh, really, Gold? If the person... Okay. That's good to know, because the person didn't tell me. Or maybe it only just happened. I last heard from them yesterday. A couple of streams ago. Really? Was it Infinite Insights who asked it? You got the wrong answer? Oh, okay. I guess I'll try it then. Because they posted it in my Discord too, so if I was answering a stale question, I might have just like skipped it. Or like, you know, if the person already got helped. The third one is deceptively easy. Maybe the length of the arc along the base circle C from the point. Wait, I need to see. What is C? You sure do, Lucas. Oh yeah, thank you, Gold. Yeah, I literally just changed it last night. Um, I hadn't been liking Donda's math for a while, and I finally thought of Don Factorial, which isn't it wasn't my first choice of name, but it was actually available, and I didn't have to add like 12 underscores to the end of it, so I just kind of went with it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I realized like there's a bunch of like people with the format of like name does subject. And there's even a cat does maths who's been doing, and she's been streaming for a lot longer than I have. I should gaslight people and say it's always been Don Factorial. True, Phobos. What do you mean? You must not be like a true friend of mine. You didn't know my name's always been Don Factorial. No effect. Hey Tanner, I hope you've been well, dude. You do? Oh yeah. Hit me with it, Lucas. This is one that isn't like time sensitive, so I can just work on yours. You come to me on the day on my daughter's wedding day, asking for a favor. I don't think I've listened to Godfather once, so that's what my Marlon Brando impression is just like an old dude. I don't remember how he sounds like. I would need to talk a lot quieter and like mumble a lot more, I think. Pretty spot on. Okay. Stelsis van Kramer. Like, are you talking about Kramer's rule, like in linear algebra? Kramer's theorem, according to Google Translate. Let me see. Kramer's theorem. I just need a cat in my lap. Ugh, I wish I had a cat. Oh. You could be doing either Kramer's rule or this Kramer's theorem, I think. Are you doing anything with matrices, Lucas? Like finding determinants? Or do you have like a screenshot you can post of like an example, I guess? Inverses. Okay, yeah, Kramer's rule, that gives you the inverse, right? Yeah. Um, really? Because you need the determinant to find the inverse. I'm pretty sure. Abhishek, what was the question again? And your question is like, how do you do this? According to Gauss-Jordan, it's not needed. Maybe you're always doing a determinant one matrices or something. Wait, but if you need isn't the adjoint matrix? Isn't that a matrix of determinants? Like, of the sub matrices? There's no way you can do Kramer's rule without knowing what a determinant is, right? Oh, you're the one who sent the... Oh, the one that I had up. Okay. So for Kramer's rule, or like the inverse, it's 1 over the determinant times the transpose of that adjoint matrix, I want to say, or do you not transpose? Oh wait, there is that way to find. Okay, Lucas, do you like even in an example problem where I can just see the method that they're using? Do you have something that they can screenshot even if it's not in English? Because there's a few ways you can get the inverse of a matrix, I think. I mean, if it's so okay, if you oh okay, Gold. If I guess maybe like a 3 by 3. Oh yeah, Cytos. That triangle problem. Yeah. That I that one was kind of crazy. Like how simple it turned out to be if you think about it the right way. And how insanely difficult it is if you don't realize it. Hey Zach, how's it going? It's a math part now. Yeah, I saw you doing some contour integrals today. Um, okay, so Lucas, if you have just like I just made up a random 3 by 3 matrix. If you want to invert it, you can do Kramer's rule, which involves taking determinants, which you say you don't know, but there's another way. Oh, Don, you're right. I'm not. It's gonna take me getting used to for this day. Yeah, I mean, so technically you didn't, you just called me by my name there. Like you didn't like if you want to say hey Don exclamation point, you need to do like 2 exclamation points, you know? Yeah, Lucas, there's a way you can get a determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix where you set up this matrix here and then which is your original matrix with the identity, and then you do row operations on this until you get the identity here, and whatever you end up with over here is the new inverse. So that's one way to do it. Kramer's rule can do it too, but I'm confused on which one you're asking about, I guess, because it seems like it could be either. Double factorial, yeah. Okay, so if you're asking about the Kramer's rule way, I don't think we can avoid determinants. If you Don does zombies, depends what you mean by does zombies, but yeah, yeah, Casey, it does, but I don't know. I feel like I do more things than just math also. So I don't know. 2, 1, 0, 3. Like if you have like a 2x2 matrix, do you know? I mean, we would say like AD minus BC. Like you do 2 times 3 minus 1 times 0, and we would get 6 for that one. Like that's a determinant. And I guess I'm going to split my attention because I didn't realize that Abhishek was here for this question up above. You don't like change? That's fair, Casey. Like I'm not even that in love with Don Factorial as a name. I've been wanting to get to change my name from Don Does Math for a while, and Don Factorial was just kind of the first, or it's the first thing I thought of that wasn't taken and that I don't mind enough to, or I like it enough to have it as my name. I'm not like super in love with it though. Integration by Don. Ugh. Yeah, but one of the ones that I would have liked was Delta Dawn, but unfortunately it was taken. A chat vote? That would have been fun. The issue is that I would be afraid of someone taking the name as a troll. Donnie McDonald's. Zach made the same joke! I messaged a few people asking their opinion before I actually changed my name, and yeah, he made the same joke. Yeah. Yeah, great minds think alike. Okay, while Lucas is looking for his book, let me think more about Abhishek's problem. So if we consider the cross section, this right here is C, our taco. Uh, we're intersecting it with a plane with x equals something. That's it feels unnecessary to give us that piece of information, but okay. Oh, you posted it? Okay. Let me just see the area in terms of R and T. This is going to be a triangle, but like that would be what the x-axis goes along there. So a cross section would look like that. Let me switch back to what Lucas. Question for D factorial factorial. I'm hoping to see like workings. Toe passing? I feel like the name of a messed up sport or something. I don't know. So wait, this is something else, which is like, is there, what would I have learned this as? This is like solving system equations using inverse matrices. And so, like, would you want to see number 8 as an example? Like this one up here? Because now that I see this, I do know how to do this. I didn't realize that was named after Kramer. I don't remember what it's really called, but if it does have a name in English. It's kind of interesting how exact they're being with the properties of matrices, with like saying that it's associative. Oh, people were slacking on the first. Congrats, Jed. But the records show. Actually, let me. This isn't one thing that's got messed up, right? This should. Okay, good. That still works. um, I don't know why that wouldn't work. I was trying to coach you into redeeming it, Fembox, but I don't know. I need to. It's been on my mind to do for a long time, which is to make the first redeem go away once it's claimed and come back when the stream starts again. I've been too lazy to do it. It wouldn't be that hard, but that'll make it more obvious when it's been claimed or not. All right, but Lucas, are you listening? Like, to tell me if you want to see this as an example. Yeah. Okay. Or yes, you're listening, I assume. I missed the joke. Oh yeah, first to Don Factorial. Oh my god. Okay. Both. Okay. It is a language, Tyler. That's a very astute observation there. Missing jokes is my specialty. It's very true. I'll put the page here. Okay. Okay, so let's solve the system of equations using inverse matrices. So the first step is to write it in matrix form. 1 minus 3, 1 minus 1, 4 minus 4. 2 minus 1, 5. X, Y, Z. 4a minus 3a. A. Don does miss jokes. You can make it work for anything though, Casey. Don't let your dreams be memes. You could put it out front. I don't know. It doesn't matter either way. The main bit of work here is going to be inverting this. So, Lucas, it sounds like the way that you've been taught to invert matrices is the way that I actually wrote out with the identity matrix in row operations. Is this the thing that you want to see done, or do you know how to do this piece? You want to see it done? Okay, that's fine. Invert the matrix. Keanu Reeves is gonna be mad. True, Tyler. Try this yourself. Got a wrong answer. Yeah, it's so easy. It's so easy to mess this up. Like just one small mistake will ruin the entire rest of your math. So the first step, I want to get a 0 here and a 0 here. So I'm going to take row 2 and add just 1 of row 1 because we already have a 1 there. And we'll subtract off 2 of row 1 from row 3. Imagine liking linear algebra. It's always rough when you first learn it. Because they make you do these really annoying computations. But once you get to a certain level, they'll like it becomes more like proofy, and I think that's where linear algebra is a lot better. And I don't even like proofs that much, but for linear algebra, this is just painful. Minus 3, 1, 1, 0. Yeah, so linear algebra has some great proofs, and it's a very helpful thing to know. But unfortunately, when they introduce most people to linear algebra, they make you do things like this by hand. And a computer can do this in an instant. Humans do this in like 20 minutes. Minus 1 plus 6 is 5. Linear algebra and analysis are kind of the same. No. They deal with different things. They are similarly proofy though. In that sense, but they kind of deal with different things. No, trust me, I have many reasons for changing my name. Okay, so now I want to get a 0 in this spot here. Actually, I want zeros in both of these spots. We can kill two birds with one stone here. Dolt with Dawn. So my teacher, apparently it's possible to make a complex function. Oh yeah, Lucas. Like you can have like with real numbers, you can have the function f of x is 1 over x. And with complex function, you have f of z is 1 over z. And these have some like similarities in how you can think of them, but like this is way more interesting to analyze to me. Matrix decomposition. Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay, so I want 0 here and 0 here. So let's take row 1, add 3 of row 2. Take row 3, subtract 5 of row 2. We end up with 1 stays the same, 0, 1 minus 9 is minus 8. 1 plus 3 is 4. Oop. 3, because 0 plus 3. That stays 0. Row 2 stays the same. Zero, 0. We're taking 3 plus 15 is 18. So 1 over 0 exists in the complex world. No, you can't fix that. Well, in a sense, you can fix that in both real and complex numbers if you talk about something called the extended reals or the extended complex numbers, where you include infinity as an actual number that's similar as all the others. Similar in a sense. But yeah. Like, can we just pull an I? Oh, I remember you asked about that before. As far as I know, you would be allowed to make 1 over 0 equal to some like letter J or whatever. Like if you want to make this your new version of a complex number instead of the square root of -1, you theoretically could. I just don't think it leads to interesting math, as far as we've known, or as far as I know. Where am I? So I'm doing -2, -5. It's -12, 0, -5. It's -5. It's going to get messy. And that stays 1. -12. Yeah, oh, Jed. I made that a 2 up there. -2, -5 is -7. This is where things get really crappy, because I need to have a 1 in this spot, which means I'm going to take this row and divide it by 18. And I'm going to get a whole bunch of stupid fractions right here. And that's just how linear algebra goes. I know, Jed. Okay. That's really not needed. You have to do it eventually. Uh, because we need to get rid of the -8 and the -3. We need this to be a 1. Multiply row 3 by 2. Multiply row 2 by 12. That's going to cause a lot of... I mean, that's going to cause pain for other reasons, though. And row 1 is still going to be an issue. And, like, we're still eventually going to have to divide it back out row 1 and whatever we do for row 1 and row 2. Um, it, it would help you forget about fractions until the very end, to be fair. That is a benefit for what you're saying. But it's gonna be too much of a pain to get a common multiple of 8 and 18. I think. 48? No. 48? No. What's 18 times 3? 54, I think? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Row 1 by 9? Okay, I don't want to do 9. I mean, do I want to do 9? No, I'm doing fractions. Can't stop me. I mean, 18 times 8 is definitely a common multiple. So you should be able to do row 1 by 18, but by 9 might also work. They do have a 2 in common, right? So probably 9 works. Okay, fine. We can do that. You won me over. I'm doing fractions. You can't stop me. And apparently, I can absolutely be stopped. I'm very stoppable. Check whether it's span R3 or not. Yeah, it's kind of determinant or guessing check, I guess. What am I doing there? I guess I'm multiplying by 6. -72. Ugh. Terrible numbers. These numbers should feel bad about themselves. Okay. So at the cost of some large numbers, we have avoided fractions. I'll take row 2, add row 3. I'll take row 1, add... It should be 9, right? No, it shouldn't be 9. It should be 4. 18 times 4? Yeah. 4 of row 3. Okay, what's happening on the right side now? 36 minus 28. 8? 27 minus 20 is 7. 0 plus 4 is 4. Okay, now 6 minus 7 is -1. 6 minus 5 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. That carries over. Okay. Nearly there. All we have to do is get rid of these. make them ones. And then we're done. Central, hello, hello. Wait, how did that still highlight me? That's highlighted in red like you typed my name out. But that's not my name anymore. Hey, Famish. That's kind of funny. How dare you call me by that name, Central? Yeah, it highlights the message when Destin does it too. Donda's meth is gone, gone but not forgotten. That doesn't mean I have to stop doing meth, by the way. Okay, this is our extremely disgusting inverse. I hope. Don doesn't do math anymore. Yep. Let me check this inverse in Wolfram. Excuse me, Wolfram, what did you do? Okay, if you do drink coffee, true. Do. Oh, do you do it too, Jed? Okay, I think that checks out, right? That actually, oh, well, actually, I wouldn't have done it right the first try because Jed caught a mistake. If you have the determinators by looking at the denominators, I doubt it. The determinant's 18? Oh. That can't be generally true, right? This is... I don't know. My linear algebra sucks. Umar, yeah, it is. I have a Rickroll feeling about this link. I knew it. I nice, Jed. I was like, what alternate approach is there for an inverse matrix? He is a great dancer. We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. Okay. Anyway, the way we would the way we would solve this now is we would take this matrix equation. We have technology. Multiply each side of this equation on the left. If this matrix is A, multiply on the left by A inverse. So what you end up with is A inverse times A cancels out and becomes the identity. We just have X, Y, Z on the left-hand side now. On the right, I made that too small. On the right, we just have this. And this is 3 by 3 times 3 by 1. So we can do this multiplication. I don't know if this is the part that you... I don't know if you only cared about seeing the inverse part, or do you want to see this part too? Trig equations one? What do you mean by that, Umar? Not really? Okay. Sounds good. Then I'll stop there. Wouldn't be there's no xy. I think cheat that two dogs as basically the idea. If you have 3 vectors, you would technically, maybe there's some... I think the more general way of saying it is like, there's no x, y, and z such that... Oh my god. I guess these are weird names for vectors. Like, usually we talk about them adding to 0. I don't usually make standalone videos, Umar. Yeah, but Chief said, I think the thing that you said, you would need to worry about every possible... Like, you need to also do a separate statement for, like, C plus B equals A, and A plus C equals B, or something like that. And I think this is, like, the more general way of saying that. I think. I don't know what you're saying with that. It doesn't. But... Oh, Cyrus is the basket weave method. I've seen that before. I forgot it exists, but yeah. It's pretty fast. Okay, since I think that's it for Lucas's question, so let me go back to the Abhishek's problem. Lucas, if there was something more, then let me know, but I assume that's all you needed and or wanted to hear about. I see someone just posted a differential equation, ooh, as well. That'll be up next. That's an interesting looking differential equation. It screams cylindrical coordinates to me. But we'll look at that after. Or like polar, not cylindrical. Okay. I made this person wait for long enough, so let me... So the person's asking about part 4. I assume part 4 is going to rely on the previous part, so let's at least get an idea of... Sorry, I'm getting texts. Let me see what they are. Okay. So this is going to be... These are right triangles. The bottom is R. What is the height? I think it's also R. No, the height is gonna vary. Ugh. Um, I think this angle and the radius will always be the same. Height is z. Um, yeah, but they want us to give us to do this in terms of r and t, where t is the x coordinate. That's what I'm. I mean, we could figure out what's between maybe z and t. The final answer needs to be with r and t. You know what? Let me. I want Desmos for this so I can have a better drawing. There we go. So what's actually... Oh, this is not R. I'm glad I did this. What is R? Is R anywhere on this? Well, it's gonna be R, but we're gonna need like R's like cosine theta or some crap. Okay. So the bottom. Uh, if it's quick, Lucas, I can do it, but I really need to get this question answered, and then there's another one after this. I've already answered one from you, so I don't want to spend too much time on one person. A quesadilla? I was thinking taco, but I can see quesadilla also. Um, I have a feeling about r cosine theta, but I need to incorporate t somewhere in there. I mean, well, the theta isn't. Mm. So the thing that t is doing here, it's taking slices like that. And so I think each of these slices should just be a right triangle. Just gonna ask it? Okay. Yeah, sorry, it would be a little bit of a wait. Um, thing is, all three dimensions of this triangle are changing. What's staying the same? The angles are the same. These are all similar triangles. Um, it actually, it should be isosceles. Right. Because z equals y makes a 45-degree angle. Okay. But we need to figure out what these dimensions are. Let's take an impression. That's x, that's y, just the xy plane. We have a semicircle like that. If we're saying x is equal to something t, then what is the distance from t to the circle? Project, I'm not sure what you mean by that. How do you find the angle inside a triangle? That there's a lot of different... I need to be more specific with that. I don't know what your context is. Wait, is that the distance I'm looking for? Did I draw this right? I did not. Hey, dense forest. Cosine, sine, and tan. Okay, I can talk about that project. There's just a couple of questions that have come in before you, so if you don't mind, it's going to be a little bit of a wait. I'm sorry about that. It's just that that took me a little bit too long to be able to get it out quickly. Oh, okay, so this is that point up there is t comma root r squared minus t squared. Is that what I'm saying? I think so. So that would mean this is r squared minus t squared. That's r squared minus t squared. Um, there we go. Parameterized surface area. Dense forest, you're interested in rocket science and aerospace engineering. Where should you start? Uh, what's your current like education level? Are you like in high school? Are you in college or university? I haven't studied either of those things, so I can't give great advice. But um, college? Okay, nice. I would definitely look on YouTube for lecture series. There's quite a few lecture series on a bunch of things. And Dustin, I think this is above my pay grade. I'm not gonna know what I'm looking at here. Or is I haven't read what the other questions are yet, so maybe that'll help at some point. But um, let me find it quick. There might be a like textbooks. Um, so yeah, first recommendation: YouTube lectures. Hey, Pranchu, I'm doing good. How about you? And then this website here, it just has free textbooks. It's legal, um, and they might have one for what you're interested in. Um, they might not. Okay, I don't want to look through all this, but YouTube lectures and textbooks are kind of the best things. Oh, thank you, Dessen. Uh, nice. This is so MIT Open Courseware. The school at MIT just has open courses that anyone can take. Thank you for finding that. And so this is something that you could do. They probably have, there's a download course button there. I bet they have lectures that are attached to this on YouTube. That would be a great place to start. Apparently, this is the more hardcore version here. So yeah, I think that's probably your best bet. The first one, probably. But also this one is something you can build up to. Thank you for finding that, Destin. Ooh, Lagrangian mechanics. Yeah, I would start with this. I've done MIT OpenCourseWare for linear algebra, and it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Oh, nice. That's probably the YouTube playlist. Ooh, they're getting into relativity with that. Engineering dynamics. Okay, yeah, this one looks more like it. Noish. Awesome, yeah. So that's probably your best bet for kind of getting your feet wet. Pranshu, I just study math like independently, I guess. I'm starting on a master's in the fall though. Oh, nice. So yeah, dense force looks like, oh, that's just an entire textbook there for engineering. Ooh, wow. It's 1,200 pages. This this probably has everything. Thank you, Pranshu. ODEs, management vector calc. Oh wow. Yeah, this does everything. Holy crap. This seems like a sick book. The Steward of Engineers. It's engineering math texts used at college. Oh, okay. Oh, I wonder if they're like brothers or something. You love it? It seems awesome. Not, having only looked at the table of contents. Like, this is a really cool way of organizing the table of contents. Like, people don't usually put this much thought into it. Okay. So the actual answer for number one is 1/2 base times height. So that you don't want to talk about engineers. I'm surprised you even knew about it in an engineering textbook. Calculate the volume of C, express it in terms of R. R. Okay. The volume of C. So we're going to integrate from minus R to plus R. Are we doing that? Yeah. You know, you just looked it up? Okay, fair enough. R cubed minus a third R cubed minus. That's not good. No, it is good. Is it? Yes, it is good. Okay. I thought I just got 0 for a second, but I did not. So we have just R cubed minus a third R cubed. Is that it? So that's 2/3 R cubed. So what can we compare this with? It's less than a sphere of radius R, which is good. If it was more than a sphere, that wouldn't make sense. It has R cubed for the dimensions, so that makes sense for volume. So this seems like a reasonable-ish answer to me. I hope it's right. Oh wait, didn't the person post the answers? Oh, they did. Okay, I got this right. So far. Okay, so what's number 3? AB the length of the arc along the base circle of C. Point R00 to the point. Ooh. Let B be the... Okay, so this is... The first sentence is going after the arc length starting here on the x-axis around to some arbitrary point on the circle, defined by theta. B, the length of the line segment. Hey, Anirudh. From the length of the line segment from the point... R sin theta is the top of the taco. Okay. So we're doing, starting here, going around to here, and then the distance B. Oh wait, first, okay, this is the distance A. The distance B goes from the bottom of the taco to the top of the taco. And shouldn't it just be r sine theta? Because we know it's a straight line. So we just subtract the 2 points. Okay, and I think C isn't, or I think A isn't. Okay, I remember Dr. Gold did say that part 3 is deceptively easy. The length A is just an arc length of a circle. And that's just r theta if theta's in radians. Wait, is that area or... No, it's length. And then B is just r sine theta. Like we're technically doing the distance formula from that point to that point, but it ends up just being r sine theta. Everything else cancels. Okay, number 4. Area of side C. Wait, what? Wait, let me check the answer here. For... Oh wait, I apparently did part 3 wrong. The answer is supposed to be 1 minus r theta. Why? How? So the thing I'm confused about, apparently the answer is 1 minus r theta and 2 minus r sine theta. I don't see how that's possible though. Does it have to do with where theta starts? If theta equals 0... No? I don't think it does. Adian, that question looks like a pain. You just apply the summation identity twice for tangent, but that's going to get really messy. I don't see how it's 1 minus r theta. That would work, yeah. You just divide the two. I'm currently working on part 3. Apparently I did it wrong. The answer is supposed to be for A, like, apparently A is 1 minus r theta, B is 2 minus r sine theta. But I don't think the 1 minus and the 2 minus should be there. That's what I don't understand. Oh, no worries, Adion. I appreciate you even trying. Okay, well, what does part 4 actually ask here? The area of the side of C. I don't, I don't know what that means. What area are they referring to? Oh, are they asking for the surface area of the, like, where the meat goes in the taco? Yeah, $5. Okay. Um, I feel like we could do this with a triple integral or a double. I mean, well, the volume we could do. This part, I don't know if we can do. Actually, oh yeah, no, I guess it'd be a line integral, right? If you can figure out something for that diagonal line. We're not supposed to do that, I don't think. Hey, color cone. I think we're supposed to use these in some way. And I kind of want to go with my versions because I feel like they should get the same answer if we parameterize it right. I don't know. I feel like if you do 1 minus and 2 minus, you're just reversing the order of the parameterization. It was just the problem you get a free taco from the universe. I agree. Express it in terms of R. Abhishek, oh, you are here. Okay, you solve for a problem that can be found using the integral from 0 to pi, r sine theta, r d theta. Yeah, Abhishek. I was trying to figure out basically an integral like that to set up. You're saying it's 0 to pi, r sine theta, r d theta. You're doing the height of the rectangle B times an infinitesimal little bit of the arc length, RD theta, which makes sense. Okay, yeah, I like this. Two r squared. Um, I'm really confused, Abhishek, why the answer was supposed to be 1 minus r theta and 2 minus r sine theta for the previous one. I don't think it is, as far as I can tell. You're right, Penlox. I was just thinking this is a good song. I think this was added pretty recently to the playlist. I don't think I've heard it. What is this? Dude, artist names are out of control. I'm going to take a screenshot of what I'm seeing in a second. Um, I'm sorry, but if you're making music and you have some stupid character in your name like this, just stop. You're not cool, okay? I find it so weird that this is like becoming a thing. I don't know if I'm just turning into an old person, but like, I don't get it. Genie Cassini, on the other hand, is a fantastic name. That really rolls off the tongue. R to the A, true Finbucks, yeah. Oh, it is Abhishek? Okay. I was looking at your previous thing where there was a different thing. Yeah, it's a hard problem to think about, but the actual math involved is pretty simple. It's really hard to like visualize this. I've had to make many different drawings here. Okie dokie, hello. Yep, name change. You are turning into an old person, and I agree with you. All right, well, the agreeing part is the important part to me, I guess. All right, well, nicely done, Abhishek. I'm sorry I made you wait. Thank you for your patience there. That's a pretty interesting problem. It's like hinting at more advanced math concepts, I feel like. But they're kind of making you go through a lot of pain to get there. Okay, I think we're gonna switch to a differential equation that was posted by Chris. Benlux, are you calling the answer? Oh yeah. Benlux called what he got. Let's go through and see if we can solve it. Um, I saw this in the denominator. It's like, man, this really looks like a polar coordinates thing. But let's play around with it. Gives you one by my like should be solved with advanced concepts, solved with trivial stuffs. Oh wow. Okay. Um. So let's, I guess in terms of dx and dy. So for x, we have that. for dy. Like that. Is this separable? I kind of doubt it. Maybe. I don't know. Should we try for exact? Bluebird saying the volume of C. Okie dokie. Feels like it should be something like half the volume of the cylinder. Therefore have a pi in it. Not sure if you had the answers though. Allegedly, and I think I agree with it, the answer for the thing that I got was 2r squared. Tartar, that's probably a good thing to try. I'll try that. Yeah, I'm kind of confused about the lack of pi's in the answer. But I think you're right. We could take a cylinder of radius r. Oh, the volume. You're right. That was the volume. You're right. That is suspicious that there's no pi. Because in a way, it does feel like we're taking a cylinder radius r, height r, and cutting it in half, and then cutting that half in half again. So it gets into a quarter. But that should probably, like a pi should survive that. That is weird, Bluebird. Unless the height, I might be getting the height wrong. I wonder if there's some cancellation there with pi. No, it's not. Oh, no. It might not be in half. Maybe that's the reason why. I think it's not in half. Is it? I don't know. I can't visualize this. I'm hoping the way we cut it maybe is what justifies getting rid of the pi, but I don't know. You have a valid concern there. I'd like to take a crack at this differential equation. But that might be worth digging into. Oh, hey, Ben. What's your fun question? You're doing complex series? I literally just changed it last night. Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple reasons why I didn't like Don Does Math, and I've been trying to think of a new name for a long time, and I figured out Don Factorial is finally one that isn't taken, and I like it enough. But no, there's like a few reasons. Like I do more streams than just math streams, and then I found out there's someone named Cat Does Maths who's been doing this for way longer than I have. So it's a few things, I guess. I think the ratio test still works in complex variable land, if I remember right. That's probably what we want. Or maybe the root test. It's probably the root test. I bet either would work. I want to do the ratio test. Oh, it is root test? Okay, fine. I'll do the boring thing. I guess that's your approach? Okay, okay. Try your way? All right, let's see. I think in either case, our ends should all cancel. I think they probably both work. I hope you're doing well by the way, Ben. Your classes are going well. So what do you get? 1 plus I z cubed. Okay, now when we have, this is a modulus. Got 5 out of 6. Geometry reports passed, so you're set for the exam. Oh, nice. Wow, you don't even get to take the exam unless you pass the reports. It's kind of crazy. I guess it makes sense if there's not a point. Skip the last one, you just have one more analysis, one report, more exam than that. Okay. It's horrible. Dr. asking, is there a complex analog to the monotone convergence theorem? I don't know. I don't know what the monotone convergence theorem is. Gotta be more insta fail. That sucks. Oh, wait, this is for sequences though, Territar, right? We're talking about a series? Unless I'm misinterpreting you. That's something that Territar suggested, but it seems like most series tests converge or prove by using the monotone convergence theorem on the sequence of partial sums. Oh, interesting. I mean, maybe it can be extended to complex numbers as well. But I'm not used to proving things like that, even if it does. So I know I only see what the ratio test does. Is there the property in complex numbers that do we have this? I forget. I guess I can just try and prove it quickly. It is fine. Okay, thank you. It would have been annoying to do that by hand. Zach does math pen to the 2i by. So that module says root 2. We need to hold this to be less than 1. Oh wait, we have no more ends. We can just get rid of that. So hopefully we can bring the exponent outside of the modulus. Can I justify that? So wait, the question was to find the radius, right? Yeah, the radius. Blah, 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 blah. I want to take the cube root of each side and get rid of that cubed. I am trying to debate if that's valid. I guess I can do it with a simpler example with what's the modules of z squared? Okay, so thank you. I, I wanted to bring the cubed outside of the modules. I just couldn't remember if that was allowed. So yeah, if that is allowed, then yeah, 1 over the 6th root of 2, I guess. Oh, thank you, Lubert. I was trying to find an argument that was like that, but I couldn't figure it out. Nice. Was that for your analysis class, or is your analysis class like real? Nice. Whoa. The names for your classes are really like messed up. Like, we name things really like differently here. Is way to check out the right answer? Yeah. I am. Oh yeah, Ben. I probably, or I haven't told you, but I'm starting on a master's in the fall. I'm going for master's in applied math. And so yeah, and so one of the first classes I'm gonna have to take is applied complex analysis, which I'm nervous for and I've been doing studying for. So that's a nice question to ask. Um, I'm still so it's going to be 3 courses, I think, for full course load. So one of them is going to be applied complex analysis. The another one is going to have to be scientific computing, and then the third class, I have some wiggle room. I'm very tempted by the mathematical biology class. There's like 2 or 3 other options though that I need to look more into. But the mathematical biology one sounds pretty fun. Yeah, like that's kind of the exact thing that made me really like math, like the Lockwood-Volterra equations. Subjects you have next block after summer interesting. Oh, really, Ben? What are you going into? Deconcentrated. A good amount about circuits. I know the bare basics of circuits, like just resistors, capacitors, and inductors, and like Kirchhoff's law or Kirchhoff's law. Benlock's fan knows some about circuits too, so if you ask a question, he might be able to bail me out. The best person to ask though by far is Meriwether Remark. He's an electrical engineer and streams about circuits all the time. And so if you have a question, you can try me, and I might be able to figure out. If it's too engineering-y, I won't be able to do it though, I bet. But yeah, if you want, like, feel free to try and ask a question. You can put a screenshot in the Discord too if it's easier. If you're going deep into circuits though, Mary is your best person. After holding block 1, you have algebra 1, Lebesgue integral, and measure theory. Ooh, that's gonna be an interesting semester for you. Or quarter. I don't remember which one you're on. Those are not easy things. Skeptical at first, you writes a lot of math bio for a dissertation PhD work. You were finally converted. Yeah, it wouldn't take much to convert me. It's such a cool way to apply math. And the class that I read the description for it, and it goes into like a whole bunch of areas of biology. There's like the Lockwood-Volterra type stuff, but there's also like neuroscience and like I don't know, I can't remember it now because it's been a few weeks since I've read it, but it spans a lot of stuff. Block 2, you have complex function theory and probability theory. Ooh. Yeah, you really are in pure math now. Those are not going to be easy classes, but I bet there's going to be a lot of interesting things. This level of collaboration between math and engineering or other sciences. I sure as hell have not asked that. There's gonna be an orientation in late June where I figure I'll learn more about that. Blanc, dude, how have you been? It's good to see you. Real complex and algebra, too classic. Explains a lot of things. Be interested in reviewing things if you choose to take it. Yeah, absolutely, Zach. Because the plan is to, or like, I definitely, I'm not going to stop streaming. So I figure once I become a student, I'll probably stream some homework in the downtime or something. So let me pull up. Um, where is it? Was that one it? I thought it had a different name. Did they change the name? Oh, there's fluid dynamics, which I think will be cool too. But I think I'm more interested in biology. Um, Fundamental laws of biology, scientific computing, discrete use, time dynamics, deterministic, yada yada yada, molecular biology, neuroscience, population dynamics. There we go. That's the thing that I was trying to think of. Yeah, I don't. I don't really understand what's happening in all this, but it sounds awesome. Differential geometry, ODE, and league groups. What the hell, Besson? Oh wait, for like graduate though. The grading was nice. Okay. You only took math classes in undergrad. Did you have to do a lot of like? Are you talking like you wish you didn't have to do like gen ed classes? Deconcentrated. Yeah. Let me bring it up quick and see if I can quickly tell you whether I can do it or not. Graduated to the University of Washington. I mean, I applied for a PhD. They accepted me for an unfunded master's, so I don't feel very accomplished. My application had a few weaknesses. My transcript wasn't great, and one of my recommenders ghosted me. So those are two big faults in my application. The loop transfer pull. Oh God, I don't. This is beyond me. I think. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I have not gone this deep into circuits. This is definitely a Merriweather question. If anyone on Twitch can do it. Um, unless Femlux, you happen to know this stuff too, but yeah, I have not gone this deep into circuits. It's a first year circuits course. Oh my God. Mega factorial factotum. The new name of the new dawn. Oh, we're doing well, Mega. Forcing you to take it for your math degree? Oh my God. I would become friends with Merriweather. This is ridiculous that you have to do this for a math degree. Is this a common thing in Russia, Stuki? You know, guys, because your recommenders, your app was terrible. That's funny. I think I had a pretty good like personal statement. I basically just talked about the stream for half of it. I think it's a pretty like unique thing to be able to talk about. Um, Canadian? Oh my God. I'm sorry you have to do this. I didn't have to do anything remotely like this for like I have an applied math degree, and I didn't have to do anything remotely like this. I've only done basic like solving circuits using like Ohm's law and stuff. Statics, chemistry, and 3 physics. Oh my god. I did 2 physics and 2 chemistries, and all of them were not very serious. I didn't go to that great of a school, I would say in general, but um, yeah, I'm sorry. I definitely can't help with that. You're welcome to try and post it here anyway in case someone else can help. But yeah, I don't know. Excuse me, chemistry and biology. Oh yeah, I would make the same choice. Hey, Papadoria. History of deep mathematics being done in the name of engineering in the USSR. Oh, I didn't know that. You thought I got banned? Oh my god, I should start talking about I got banned, and this is my alternate. No, I just changed my name. Ugh. Okay, so I like to keep track of their advance of physics and math more secretive during the Cold War. So research in grad level setting was done under completely separate names. That's crazy. I feel like you would want to hide the engineering under the guise of math and not the other way around, because the engineering is how you actually build the missiles and stuff, right? That's kind of funny that they did it like that. I guess so, yeah. Deconcentrated. But like I don't see how like I don't see how you're gonna use abstract algebra to actually accomplish that much, which maybe I'm sorry to anyone who likes abstract algebra, but I don't I guess it does have applications. Maybe I should stop talking shit about it. But it didn't show up. I got so scared, Papadoria. From now on, that's the story. I got banned, and this is my new account. Hey Fahim. Yeah, my name is Don. I have a bachelor's in applied math with a minor in computer science. Um, I'm a American. I live in California. And yeah, I generally just try to help people with the questions that I can help with. A lot of people ask about JEE. I can't help with that, but like the things that I can't help with are things that you typically learn like during an American education, I guess. So like calculus, algebra, trig, geometry, stuff like that. Welcome in, Fahim. Right now we're in this differential equation that's on the screen. I'm kind of catching up with chat though first. Most Harvard University in my country does Calc 1 and Calc 3 in one semester, 3 hours, 2 days a week. 1 hour practice sessions a week, and last year they do measure theory, function analysis, dynamical systems as undergrad. That is insane. Oh my god. Do you know that Vovodsky got kicked out from Moscow State? I don't know who that is, so no. The entire Cold War was just an ego measuring contest. There was the race to the moon. That's fair. Deconcentrated, yeah. Public complex analysis. Yeah, I'm doing complex analysis on Tuesdays as like a reading group. Mohammed, about AP and GP. Those questions can get really tricky really quick. If it's like a basic one, I can do it. But if it's anything that's like not basic, I probably can't do it. How do we check for exact differential equations? We do the reverse. Like this one is the partial y, that one's the partial in x. That might make it exact, to be honest. I mean, Paul? Where's Paul? Get Paul on the phone. M goes with X. And we need to check. Yeah, okay, we check the reverse. Okay, yeah, Mohammed, feel free to just pose your question anyway. Maybe Papadoria wants to take a look at it. My equals 2xy minus 1. Oh, this is not exact. Damn, dude. I might be married to Paul. IAT Advanced. Ooh, I probably can't do it, but post it anyway. And Papadoria said that he might try it. You know, I won't delete this. Entered, yeah, that was the first thing I thought when I saw this problem. I think polar is worth looking at. I need more room. So our polar substitution, x is our cosine theta, y is our sine theta, r squared is x squared plus y squared. Okay, so that means, ooh, dx is cosine theta dr plus, you think it is exact? Really, Lubert? I multiplied through by x squared plus y squared. Uh, it's like the minus, or the thing that makes it non-exact is like the minus sign right there. If it was a plus, it would be, in my mind. Um, just go back through and check in all these steps. Okay, yeah, I don't see what I've done wrong here if I have done something wrong. I'm definitely open to being wrong. That would be the first time. Uh, okay, those are differentials. Okay, so we're gonna get a whole mess of stuff at first. X, oops, I already messed up. R cosine theta times dx. See, Mohammed is putting their question in there. This is annoying. Um, this is a very long. Substitution. Zero. Okay. Please tell me stuff cancels. Oh, good. This will be nice. It's a lot of writing. I do feel like this could make it a lot simpler, though, potentially. Okay. You did that wrong. I don't believe you famished. You're not on calculus or differential equations. Okay, so with that and that, it's RDR. Oh, these, oh, dude, they cancel. That is amazing. That and that. Oh my God, dude, is this the dream? Cosine squared, sine squared. Bam. Boom, 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 boom. It does look so much like this. Just looks so polar. Yeah, deconcentrated. This isn't a typical way that I would solve a diffy Q. But I think it's the way to do it. Polar is indeed the best. We love polar around here. You didn't use polar? How do you do it? Me too, deconcentrated. Yeah. Oh yeah, Femlux, you got the same answer too. Wait, so what's the non-polar wave then? 'Cause, like the first thing that I thought when I saw this was polar. It doesn't seem to be exact. Is it separable by some crazy way? That's the only thing I can think of to solve this. Also, power inward, yeah. X. Oh, that is like a product rule, right? It is it. I didn't get that it's exact, but both you and Luber were saying that it is exact. But when I tried checking whether it's exact, I didn't get it. Or like I thought it's not exact. Quotient rule? I mean, maybe I should try. Maybe I shouldn't have multiplied through by the denominators. X dy minus y dx equals x squared. Ooh. I don't know what you do with that. $5. All right, the dy over x is confusing me. You say math's important for game developers? If you're using an engine, not very important. If you're building it from scratch, it is extremely important. But stuff like physics, engines will take care of all this stuff for you. For game design, I think math is pretty important. If you want to make a balanced game, math can help a lot. Like if you have like a shop where you can buy things, you want to make sure that like, at least some basic math will help you price things right. But yeah, if you're using like Unreal or is Unreal the free one? No, Unity. Unreal might also be free. I don't know. Like that'll take care of so much stuff for you that it's not that important. Unity's free. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's like it's involved in a huge way, Famished, but it's in such like it's in a very, I guess, like mature place where the problems, like all the problems that a lot of problems have been solved for you, and you don't need to solve them again. So there's a bunch of math in the background, but you just don't really need to know it. They've done a good job of keeping that away from you. Um. So wait, but let me. If this thing's exact, I want to. Like, okay, let me try getting if it's exact from that. So the partial of this and y. There'll be a minus low d high minus high d low. and the partial of that in x. Low d high. X is 2x minus high d low. Wait, low? Oh, I did that backwards. Minus high d low. Okay, these are not the same. I don't think it's exact. I really don't see it. Let me put it into Wolfram Alpha. I'm just concerned that two people have found that it's exact, and I don't seem to... Rejo, I see you. I am working on something else right this instant. I'll read through what you said in a minute. Math and game dev, yeah. You need math for all programming? Yeah. The type of math, oh, come on, Wolfram. Yeah, I've heard good things about Godot. I know very little about it, but I know it's a popular one. You're still waiting for that, dude? I think it's one of the books that I was supposed to read and never did. I probably spark notes my way through that one. Oh man, is SparkNotes gonna die because of ChatGPT? It's Wolfram, you're saying it's exact? Bruh. I don't know how I can't get it that it's exact. I should be able to figure this out, right? You created diamonds while playing at 3, you slipped up. But I even, like, even in this form, I tried checking if it was exact with the quotient rule and it didn't work. I need a bruh SFX. I feel like I am the bruh SFX. They were coming out the same before I erased them? No, this has Y's and that has X's. That's why I stopped. Combine like terms? Am I gonna get... Oh my god. This... Okay, this is a bruh. God damn it. Okay, thank you. You're right. All I want to do is combine the like terms. I forgot they would combine. Alvi, how do you start like calculus? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, I wonder why multiplying it through messes it up. If you're just starting calculus and you want a nice reference, I love this site, Paul's Online Notes. look in the sidebar there, and they give very good examples of pretty much everything that's taught in calculus classes. It does not go into the theory specifically. It just kind of tells you what to do to solve problems. And I think for an introduction to calculus, that's not a bad thing at all. So this is the site that I like the most for kind of like, if you're learning calculus for the first time, I think this is the resource to use. Yeah, like I feel like we'd only have issues if x and y are both 0, but that's not usually the case. And our answer isn't defined when they're both 0 either, so I don't know. No worries, Alvi. Okay, so let me let's type a response for the person who posted this in Discord. Because basically if we can go on ChatGPT and ask to teach you. I'm not a fan of using ChatGPT for anything that you can't verify independently. So for me, it's not a matter of the subject, it's a matter of your level of familiarity with the subject. I don't know the exact like limits of ChatGPT. But I wouldn't trust it as far as I can throw it generally. Tellus was doing the calculus streams. I don't know if he plans to continue them. In general, he's been streaming a lot less. I think because he just has some life stuff that's happening. Like I think he's moving or has already moved. They might come back. They might not. I'm not really sure. You'd have to ask him. $14-year-old doing analytical geometry self-study up to the point was a ChatGPT in check. Wow, that's pretty awesome. They'll never give you the most intelligent answer a human has ever uttered, which is I don't know. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Dr. L. It'll always try to answer it. Okay, it's LaTeX time. In what might be the world's worst LaTeX editor, which is a Discord message. This isn't anything crazy to make though. Slash left, I hope, and slash right. Guitar, yeah, the LaTeX block should never have been broken. Yeah, like there, just did it. Oh, for Twitch and YouTube chat? No, that I think would need to be coded up custom. Unfortunately, as far as I know, that technology doesn't exist out there right now. I bet it wouldn't be that hard to actually do. I just don't know how to start, to be honest. It would be super cool if I could make that chat up there render LaTeX though. I think that's pretty possible. Wait, I think new line is just a double slash. I think. I hope. So there's planning on doing more typeset integrations in the future, including LaTeX. Oh, that's exciting, deconcentrated. That's awesome. So, Cylinder Monkey, thank you for saying hi. I hope you're doing well, dude. You know, I just double slash. Okay, thank you. It's always great to hear from you, Cylinder. Okay, let's see if I got this right. No! Maybe it is. Maybe at least for Discord, maybe you do need slash new line. Really? Okay. You know what, bot? You're getting on my nerves. So we're doing this the old-fashioned way. How about that? Good enough for me. Yeah, I think it's just the way the bot does things. Okay. So I am quite certain that I missed a bunch of chats here. Sorry if I had missed anyone's. Um, okay, what's happening? Bow doesn't do new lines the best. Best if you do math lines. I don't know what the bracket does. I only I don't know very much LaTeX. Like I learned the bare basics years ago, and I just kind of I half remember those bare basics now. Dr. L, Mr. Factorial, yeah. I changed my name. There's a bunch of reasons why, but like one of the big ones is like there's like I found out there's like a someone named Kat does maths who's also streams math and physics, and she's been doing it for a lot longer than I have. So that's a pretty decent reason even on its own. Okay, Sarthak, I'm sorry. You asked how can we be better at math? The unfortunate answer is that it's just practice. There's no way around it. Don does Dallas take. I bet it's not. Almost every name I tried that I liked was taking this. So I'm not even that crazy about Don Factorial. I more just wanted to not be Don does math. And Don Factorial is good enough. Richo, are you still here? Or Reho? I forget. Oh god, I don't understand that person's question anyway. Yeah, Rijo, if you are still here, I'm not sure. I'm reading your question again. And I don't quite understand what you're asking. If you're still here though, let me know. Um, oh my god, I forgot. Deconcentrate. I completely forgot that you're Josh. Oh my god. uh, the way like math lines work is super easy. Wait, what? How does this show up like this? No, it's okay. I the more I see it, the more I'll remember it. It's not uncommon for people to have like different names on that stuff. Don does grad school? No. I feel like Don does just a little bit too like, or like Don does something is just too narrow. Like Don does many things, I guess. Um, thank you, Papadori, for giving a more complete answer than I did to Sarthak. Yeah, Sarthak, I feel dumb all the time because I can't get math problems. That feeling just kind of, it never stops. It's just part of being human, unfortunately. All I can really say to you is that everyone feels that way, and you're not actually dumb. Don does meth is your favorite. Yeah. I wonder if that would get banned on Twitch if you made your name Don does meth. I feel like I probably wouldn't appreciate it. Working hard for those straight A's. It's crazy to me that this doesn't include the dollar signs. 24-hour math streams, yeah. Um. Oh, that's good to know though. Deconcentrated. Thank you for showing me that. To be honest, that's still annoying enough to write that I might rather. Well, no, because it's a math line. How do you make it a math line? I've never. I don't know how to do that. I thought you always had to do the dollar signs. Oh, interesting. Wait. No, wait. Do you have to do it in a code block? Or maybe you need the double slashes because you need to escape them for Discord. No? What the hell? Okay, there we go. Huh. Okay. Thank you for teaching me that. That's cool. Eventually, I got it. Yeah, despite the name change, I still do lots of math. You know. Don't let the name change fool you. Is that just a bot feature? I don't know. So it's a LaTeX. Okay. Feature. Okay. Integration. No, I'm not integrating the square root of tangent. You've asked me that before too, and I think I've told you no multiple times for that question. Black pen. I've seen the black pen, red pen video on that integral. It's not. It's not a short integral. And debating what we want to do here, because I think there aren't any other questions from chat. Oh, it's 6:40. It's been 2.5 hours. I might just wrap it up. Okay, we'll wrap it up in a minute. The Papadoria slash Piggy Master asking about inverse factorial. I never heard of that. I'm curious to see. Oh, would it be like? Yeah, that's true. Like factorial. Not every number would have an inverse factorial. I guess it'd be like the square root in perfect squares. Did you ask me a question about this? This idea feels familiar. Only take We'll say LaTeX lines on the right side. Oh, okay, nice. That's good to know. Yeah, the right teacher is very hard to find for math. Rejo, I'm not doing that either. You're just asking me complicated integrals for fun. That's not why I'm here. Have you good at math from the basics? Dreamland, it's always a matter of practice, like just practice things that you're learning. The unfortunate thing with math is the foundations are extremely important, but you don't know how important they are until you suddenly have like until it suddenly become very important. So take your time with the basics. They're they might be boring, but they are important because the stuff that you're doing at first becomes a small part of a much bigger problem later on. So something like factoring a quadratic can be very difficult to learn at first, but it's really worth knowing how to do those because you might have to do that like 3 times to solve just one calculus problem or something. 1 + 1, 2. Good relation between it and trig. What the heck? Inverse factorial and trig. Inverse factorial? Dude, your professor is insane. What would possibly... It's... I mean, what about like the gamma? There's a relationship between the gamma function and sine, right? Uh, that sounds like a place to start, right? Is it called like Euler's property or some crap? 2 + 2, 4. Yeah. I wonder if it's like that, but somehow inverting it. Hey, Freddy. How do we approach complex problems? Like, what should we be thinking first? Um, well, assuming it's like part of a class, unless you have a bad teacher, they're never going to ask you something that you can't solve. So if you've been taught an equation or a technique, look for any way you can possibly apply that to the problem at hand. Um, and so that's not always like easy, but I think it's kind of like for general advice like that, that's kind of like the best I can easily think of. Hey Kushik, nice. Good luck with JE. I can't really help with questions from the JE. I've tried them before and they use things that I just never learned. But yeah, it seems like a really difficult test. Yeah, Papadori, I feel like you've mentioned that you were able to find this formula on your own at some point, right? I assume there's some way to invert this. I don't know exactly how, but that's where I would start thinking at least. Oh, Kush, I've seen that exact problem before, and I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry. I really want to wrap up the stream though because I'm starting to lose my voice here. So I think it's gonna be that time for me. I'm trying to find Sandverse. Yeah, I would have that same problem. A bad boy is not easy. Yeah. I think it's got to be it for me then. Oh, the Euler macaroni and cheese constant comes up. That's funny. Okay. Anyway, um, yeah, it's gonna be the end of the stream for today. The YouTube stream I'm gonna cut off on Twitch will look for a raid. So people here on YouTube. Oh, Freddy the Consumer. Just want to thank you for all your help. You did the AP Physics and Math exam. You think you might have gotten a 5, which is basically an A plus. Hell yeah, that's huge, Freddy. Let me go back to this scene just so I can show the chat that's up there. Freddy, that's awesome. Oh, I didn't mean. It doesn't matter. I showed that screen. Great work, Freddy. The topic on screen is too hard to be in JE. Yeah, that's like a differential equation. I haven't seen JE question about them. Same as cake, nice. Well, yeah. Either way, Freddy, Papadoria, Kushik, anyone or Dreamland, anyone who's here on YouTube, thank you for being here. I do need to cut off the YouTube stream because I'm about to lose my voice here. But yeah, I'll see you later, YouTube.